Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another night of NS9 Live. I am your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, Smitty, are you there?
I am here.
You might have to move your camera. We can't see you.
Oh,
We see the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's it.
how?
We're off to a great stream. I don't know
I'm
how.
literally, I'm literally in. It's like I have a green screen. I think
Hold on.
I'm literally in. I'm looking
There.
at the stream, and this is nuts. There we go.
Not really. All right, you're there. I think we're good.
That was kind of wild. It was kind
That's
of like it was like a green screen or something, and I just wasn't there.
we've kicked this off to a great start. Every show has been amazing. Anyways,
Each one's something different, but like there's always something.
right. So what's up? Long time. What's it been? 3 months? You're actually our first
Since I was last on,
first guest.
that was in December. I think it was like it might have been the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Someone just followed. I apologize. I can't see your name. But thank you for the follow.
I
Send
don't
a
see.
message
I don't
on the
see.
chat. Let us know who it was.
Let us know. Get your name shouted out right here.
So Pirates
What are
baseball's
you
back.
drinking?
I'm drinking Yingling.
Uh,
It's our
by choice?
first sponsor. Psych.
Uh, yeah, Pirates baseball's back,
Yeah.
and
So what
and
do
a
you
lot
think?
of the Pirates outfielders aren't. Um, what just overall? What do I
Sure.
think?
What do you think?
They could very easily be undefeated right now. I mean, if this pace of play crap, they need to just cut the innings down. That's what they need to do. That's how you make the game shorter.
So you're saying make
If
it
they cut
seven
it down,
innings?
yeah, make it. Let's do softball style, like 7 innings, and the
Perfect.
Pirates are undefeated right now.
I like it. We have the best ERA ever in baseball, probably.
Right.
Damn.
The starting pitching's been fantastic. I mean, even Jordan Lyles tonight, 5 innings. And what there's probably gonna be somebody that's upset about him only doing 5 innings and say it's not actually a good start. But I mean, what more can you ask out of your number 5 starter coming off injury than
Right.
to go 5 innings of 3-hit baseball?
Yeah, I can't really complain. And by the way, real quick, shout out to Crotastic. He's the one that followed. Apparently, he's been listening to the podcast every week, so I feel bad for you, man. But I appreciate the follow. Thanks for listening. But yeah, Jordan Lyles going 5 innings, like you said, off the injury. He's the number 5 starter. I mean, take it for what it is. It's 5 innings, 5 solid innings. Like you say, I guess on the scoreboard looks good, but he gave up some pretty big hits. So a few of them it feels
Yeah,
like if it was the middle of June or July, that might have left the park. So
right,
like I said, I was thankful
right,
it was
yeah.
like a brisk day in April.
Well, I
But you
think it
can say
was
that the
was it
other way
Puig?
too.
Was it Puig that hit that ball to the wall that
Yeah,
Marte made the
Marte
play
made
on?
that catch.
Yeah,
Uh huh.
in a couple months that ball's well out, probably hitting off the batter's eye.
Right. So either way, though, I mean, for your number 5 starter, Jordan Lyles making his first start, it was a success. I'll take it. Kingham came in and he looked pretty solid too.
Yeah,
So I think you and I are both on board
bounce
saying
back.
you'd rather have Kingham as our 5 starter, anyways. But
Yeah, I mean for multiple reasons. One, I feel like we know what Lyles was in the bullpen. He was effective out of the bullpen. So I feel like he's a bigger weapon out of the bullpen, and I feel like Kingham gives you the more upside in the rotation.
right.
So I feel like swapping them benefits both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're better in the roles that they're not in.
I
But I
agree.
mean, I don't know if the rest of the season's gonna go like tonight. I mean, if our fifth starter goes 5 innings every time, not giving up a run, I don't care if he only goes 5 innings. That's fine. I
If
think
every starter does what they're doing right now, we're good. It's
under
just
2 ERA.
man, that bullpen is not it's not the Wolfpack. Let's put it that way. It's not what we
Yeah,
envisioned the Wolfpack being.
right. I mean, just speaking specifically on tonight, I thought Rich Rod, he definitely needed to have a bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
He looked okay. He struck out the last guy he faced to end the eighth. And then Vasquez, I mean, he got into a little bit of trouble, but it wasn't really his fault. I mean, he struck out Kemp, but he got down to first safely. The ball got away. And then Pablo Reyes lets a single become a double, so guys at second and third,
Right.
but ends up slamming the door.
Well, it's the Pirates' second win in this really competitive NL Central. Hey,
Yeah.
the Cubs are way down there. How about the Cubs pitching?
Yeah, you know what? Does Nugent ever watch us? Or because I want to
Actually, I've
know
never
if
seen Nugent on here.
I want to know if Jax's new thing can be Cubs suck and Pirates suck.
It would be the truth.
Yeah. I was about to tweet him that and I kept forgetting, but I figured you mentioned the Cubs and it kind of made me remember that I wanted to bring that up. But yeah, he probably isn't watching this. I'll still have to tweet him once we're done.
Broke. They're broke.
What did they were losing, they were getting shut out tonight. So they gave up 21 runs to Texas in their opening series and they're about to get swept by the Braves.
Yep. It's bad. It's not looking good for them. It's not looking good for us though.
I mean, I think the Braves are good.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, Mom Nard's my mom. I am drinking my dad's beer. He bought it. My parents are down visiting. Shout out to
Oh, cool.
the DiNardos.
I couldn't get a flight down though.
Hey, you could have. You should have been in Bradenton, actually.
All right, fair enough.
That's right. Instead of you're losing money in Atlantic City. Think about the money you
Only
lost there.
Only half.
You could have bought that ticket and come down to Bradenton and had a good time. It's on you.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So let's talk about a few things here. This game we talked about. What do you make of like this team in general? What I mean by that is, so we already have Polanco. We know he's going to be on the DL. He's on the DL. Looks like maybe end of April he's coming back. But now Dickerson's out with a shoulder injury, potentially a full month. It's like, Marte was out with a migraine the first day, but of course, like he's healthy, he's going to be there. But it's Marte, and then you got Melky Cabrera and JB Shuck. How's this team going to be competitive with that?
Well,
through
where's
April?
I mean, yeah. Well, where's Jason Martin? Like, is he going to be up here tomorrow or like?
I'm hearing word of that. He he was scratched today, right?
And like Pirates. He wasn't even put on. Like he's not even shown on Indy's roster.
Right. So I mean, he was excuse me, he was on the roster. Like you anticipate he's coming back, but the Pirates, they couldn't find a direct flight from Frontier Airlines. The $49 tickets to get to Pittsburgh. Yeah. So they only fly out, on Fridays. So I guess maybe he'll be here tomorrow.
Right. So they had to play a man down off the bench tonight.
Right. Which kind of explains the Lyles at bat.
Yeah.
Because I found it to be kind of odd too. Like he hit and then he got taken out of the game, where you would think you'd put like a pinch hitter in, but with 2 outs, nobody on, it's like, just waste it. Because whoever's going to pinch hit is probably not going to get hit anyways. So, whatever. Hey, DiNardo, is that a custom jersey frame behind you? Looking to frame some jerseys? It's actually not. I got the jersey. It's autographed by Marte. The frame, honestly, I think I got off eBay. So that is what it is. But if you're interested, send us a DM on North 9. See, let's see what you got. Maybe we could shout you out. But all right, so yeah, I mean Dickerson's out for a month. Like you said, Martin's possibly coming up. He had a great spring, but let's be real. Yeah. His AAA numbers last year were pretty poopy. So, like, do you think? Honestly, let's be realistic. Do you think he is even an upgrade from JB Shuck? And if so, how much?
I mean, I would want to get a look at him over Shuck, at least for a couple of games. But honestly, like, I don't know. Shuck's not even having like terrible at bats. Like, I don't know. He's been to me a better option than Pablo Reyes. Like, I was clamoring for Pablo Reyes to start over him, but Shuck's actually had some decent at bats.
He's getting walks.
I mean, I would definitely, that's what I was saying. Like, he's at least drawing walks. I would want to get a look at Martin for a couple of games at least. But yeah, ultimately, like you said, he had bad numbers in AAA. Who's to say he's going to come up here and be an upgrade? I mean, I don't think that's like nobody can think that automatically. Like, oh, Jason Martin's coming up, then the outfield should be fine.
Right.
Like, there's no reason to think that will be the case.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, I'm not going to be here sitting like, Jason Martin's on the way, so we got our savior. This team's safe. I'm still worried. But what I'll say
it's not the same thing as like when Meadows was coming up last year. I don't think. Like, it doesn't carry that height. Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely. But what I will say is I'm more intrigued to find out what the unknown is. Even though like JB Shuck had a really good spring also, and like you say, he's not hurting the team, but it's not like he's really helping the team either. He's 29 years old. You kind of know what JB Shuck is. So I'm more willing, like you said, let's get Jason Martin up here. Let's give him a look. Let's see what he is. I mean, if anything, he's going to be the future, not JV Shuck. And I know people like to say like April games matter. They do, but ultimately, I'd rather see this now than in the middle of September if you're on a pennant race. So I'm for if Martin comes up, maybe the first day he comes off the bench, because you know how it's going to play with Hurdle. Probably the first and second game, if anything. But then let's start getting this kid some starts and let's see what he can do. Because who knows? I mean, he's coming off a great spring. Maybe he carries it over. All you're looking for is 30 hot days. You know what I mean? You're not looking for a full season right now. You're looking for like a hot streak. And if he can provide that, let's see it.
I think Clint's probably trying to figure out what Sean Rodriguez is doing.
What are the Phillies doing with him? He got reassigned, I assume. Right?
I was about to ask that. There's no way he's on their 25-man roster, but I don't know if he's I don't know what his deal is currently.
Oh. Here we go. Sorry.
What?
I was trying to find our notes, and I was in the wrong notes, so that's why I couldn't find it.
Nice.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, we're all worried about the bullpen, right? Are you worried about the bullpen right now?
See, I'm kind of like Blooping a Blast on Twitter. Anybody that knows him, I'm kind of with him. Like to me, like relievers can go year by year. Like you really go into any season like fully trusting relievers. Mm-hmm. Like I know I like have questions about like even going into the season, like Rich Rodriguez, is Crick going to be the same thing again? I mean, Vasquez he started off shaky last year. I feel like he's going to find his footing. He'll be fine. Same thing with Kella. Like I don't really worry about him. But to me, those are like the two solidified, and the rest are question marks.
Yeah, I mean,
like if Rodriguez and Crick pitched like last year, obviously, but.
Well, I mean, let's say. I mean,
I wouldn't say.
Look at Vasquez's start last year. That's the thing that sucks about this time of the year. It's such a small sample, and this is all you have. Had this stretch happened in the middle of July, it wouldn't be as magnified. And I mean, we say this every year, basically, but because it seems like the Pirates always start this poorly. But I mean, like that's just the thing that sucks. Like had this stretch happen in June, it'd be like, oh, here we go, bad week, but let's see what happens. But now this is all we have. The Pirates have had 2 wins now. And it just looks like the world's over. I have a lot of faith in this bullpen, but I'm not going to discredit what you said, like Blooping a Blast. I mean, Ryan and I have been saying this for years. Like bullpen arms are a dime a dozen, and we say that because the fact that they're so volatile as well. That's why you don't pay essentially for relievers. Like how many? Look at Melanson. It's like how many relievers, big time relievers, get paid, and then they just flame out. It's because it just is what it is. Like that's the nature of a reliever. It seems like. They're out there throwing max efforts, throughout the full season, and you just never know. Like even Andrew Miller last year, looked human again. Yeah. So, of course that's worrisome. Like Rich Rod, he was a waiver claim. Like Baltimore, the team that needs pitchers desperately, was said, we don't want you, go away. So that alone's like, all right, what's wrong with this dude? But then we get him. Who knows? Sears does some work. He comes in, is excellent. Throws 11 strikeouts per 9. Great numbers. But still, like, he was a waiver claim. Was it lightning in a bottle for a year, and now he's going to come back down to earth and be the guy he always has been? Vasquez looked great this spring. He's looked great his whole career. I'm not too worried about him, but, guys like Crick even. Last year, what were we all really expecting of him and what he did? Like, can he come back to a pumpkin? Like, there was still, when it comes to relievers.
That slider's looking nasty, though.
Well, it is, and I have faith in Crick, trust me. But, like, Kella's kind of like an example, too. Like, he's been a mainstay. Like he could just lose it. He didn't have a great spring. I know he's working on his things, but he hasn't looked fantastic yet either. So I'm not worried. You got to go through April to see a whole month's worth of sample size to kind of see what you have. But I mean, I'm worried about the team in general. The starting pitching looks good. Archer looked great, even though it was 5 innings that he only lasted. He looked really good. You could say to a sense like he was effectively wild. He wasn't always, he wasn't fully there commanding his pitches, but it was working in his favor, of course, when the ump was calling them. But like the starting pitching looks good. The bats look sketchy as we thought. And the fact that the bullpen has really been our Achilles heel right now is what's killing this team. So good thing. Like, I guess you want to look on the positive though. It's the fact that the rest of the NL Central, opposed to Milwaukee, has been trash too. So
Yeah.
it's like we're still there with being 2-3.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think everybody came into the season having questions about the
Oh
defense,
yeah.
specifically in the infield, and they haven't done anything to dispute like those questions. So they haven't answered anything on the field. Even Eric Gonzalez was supposed to be like a defensive upgrade. Like that's what he brings to the table is his glove.
And what is he
And yeah,
game altering
but
error.
so there's that, and then obviously like the health. I mean, something that you can't really control when you don't have 3 out of your top 4 outfielders going into pretty much going into the season. Dickerson getting hurt this early on.
Right.
It's going to look bad no matter who's out there. So whether it be Shuck or Jason Martin in left field, whatever they end up doing here in the next couple of days, to go along with Marte and then Melky Cabrera. I mean, that's not very appetizing, but when you don't have Polanco, Dickerson, or even Lonnie Chisenhall, it is what it is.
So you bring up Chisenhall. Let me ask you, because this is something Ryan and I talked about on the podcast this week. Just kind of get your input. The way, and obviously like today is a good example of it too, even though that base running to try to stretch out the double wasn't too pleasing. But like think about when Chisenhall comes back healthy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's his role in this team?
Is something.
I mean, if Melky's continuing to produce, you felt, at least I did, and Ryan the same thing. Like you felt Melky was on this team until Polanco got healthy, and then he was probably getting released or such, unless major injuries. But now, if he's producing the way he is, what do you do with Chisenhall?
Man, I don't know. I mean, do you kick the tires and see if he can play some infield still? I mean, to keep him around. Otherwise, I mean, to be honest with you, when Melky was signed, I kind of thought it was going to be an open competition between those two. Not necessarily. It was just Melky was here until Polanco's back, and then he's gone, and Chisenhall's definitely staying. Okay. I felt like if Cabrera, was producing, he could take the spot of Chisenhall.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know, but do you think that Chisenhall could play anywhere else?
Well, I mean,
he's only
he can play third. He came up, playing third base. With that said, could he play first? I mean, can he be much worse than Bell? Probably not. But at that token, it's like you have Moran doing that. So does he take Moran's spot because he also can play the outfield? And obviously it hasn't been a whole lot of sample size for him either. But if Moran's producing, how do you justify dropping him down? And if you drop him down, where's he playing in AAA? You got Cabrian Hayes. There's not a spot really for him to play unless he's taking someone that we really want. So I find this to be really, really intriguing. Obviously it comes down to health. But if Polanco's healthy, Marte, of course, Dickerson comes back healthy, Chisenhall is healthy, and then, of course, Cabrera. I just find this to be really interesting. I can't justify them keeping him all. And you would think you would want, now it turns into, Pablo Reyes. Is it Pablo Reyes that goes down or something? But he has that versatility. So, I don't know, man. It's funny.
And then who's your backup center fielder?
Right.
Newman? Because that's Colin Moran been taking some outfield reps.
Maybe it's Colin
Granted,
Moran.
It was at the corner outfield, but
he's going to be on Sandlot. He's just going to stand in the outfield like this, and they're just going to hit it right into his glove. I don't know. That's the thing. And what sucks is you say oh, that's a good issue to have, but the problem is it's all a bunch of mediocre, average players. It's not like anyone's oh, we have to have this guy. It's by default you have to keep these people, which, it's this bench is still pretty weak no matter how you look at it, as we've seen. But yeah, man, that's definitely a real issue, I think. I think this team's going to have, the decision about Chisenhall. Is he even going to really be on this team? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I feel like with anything, these situations tend to work themselves out. Not everybody's going to be producing. Whoever's not, that's the guy that isn't going to play or isn't going to be on the team.
Right.
And, like you said, if they all are producing, that I get that it's on, an average, mediocre level, but that's not a bad problem to have if everybody is producing.
Sure.
It makes their decision tougher, but that's what you want, I guess.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's get into our giveaway. I promised everyone there'd be an NS9 giveaway. Give, I guess, some information on this. So, About a month ago, I tweeted that we're going to have a lot of giveaways, and we definitely are. And a lot of it's going to be on Twitch. What we're going to do is, the last time we were on here, if you notice, we had a what's in the box type of deal. We gave something away. You found out what it was. It's kind of what we're doing here. It's almost like if you go to the PNC Park games and that game they play. So that's what we're going to do here. So every, I think, other week, something like that, we'll do it. We'll let you know when we're doing it, but we're going to have a little trivia game. So Smitty has the question. So here's what we're going to do. We have a pirate shirt here, as you can see. All right. It is a men's.
Is that long sleeve?
No, it's a short sleeve. Here, let me do this. Sorry.
See the way.
Can't fully.
You're not doing a very good job showcasing this.
So there's the shirt.
Okay, all right.
We also, not to leave out the ladies, we also do have a women's shirt. So depending on who wins, here's your options, here's your choices. So you have the shirt, or you can go ahead and claim whatever's in this box.
The box of mystery.
So what we're going to do is Smitty's going to ask a question. And then whoever's the first one to type it in the chat. So you got to type it in the chat below. The first one to answer it correctly wins, and you have your choice. So let's get a drum roll. I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Smitty, question.
Okay, so everybody knows that the Pirates play at the best ballpark, PNC Park. It opened in 2001. Who did the Pirates play in the first game at PNC Park?
Do, 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 do. Mets.
That's correct.
Mets. Look at that. Our follower, Ethan, said the Reds. Ethan, you're a loser. What's the Reds' payroll? I bet you have that on top of your head, though. My mom said the Reds. Mom, you're also an idiot. Yes.
I think the Reds was the first regular season game, but they played the Mets in an exhibition game to open up the park.
Ooh, Smitty throwing them all off. I like it.
Yeah. That's the reason that I did it.
All right, so hey, we have ourselves a winner. Crotastic is the winner. So I'm sorry, I don't know if you are male, female, which type of shirt you want, whatever. So just let us know.
No discrimination.
Do you want the shirts?
No assumption.
Or do you want what's in the box?
If they go with a shirt, this is over. You're never doing another giveaway.
First time follower, first time winner. What do you want? Give me the box. All right, I like it. Here we go. You ready, Smitty?
Yeah, I'm ready. I got to watch on my computer screen over here. I can't.
Crotastic got themselves. Look at that. Roberto Clemente, commemorative home plate.
Yeah, that's better than a shirt.
It's pretty sweet. But let me tell you, I promise you, not everything is this nice. So, yeah, man.
You didn't sign it or anything, did you?
I did. It's now worth $1 billion. It's an Anthony DiNardo autograph, Roberto Clemente home plate. Can't believe it. Awesome. So yeah, I hope you're on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, hit us up on there. DM us, send us your email address. If not, email. Hit us up on Twitter.
Whisper.
DM us.
Whisper on here.
Go ahead. That's fine. Go ahead and I won't find it. Go ahead and DM us your address. If you're not on Twitter, then just go ahead and email us, northshore9@gmail.com, your address, and we'll get that shipped out to you. So, that's right, Ethan. Good thing for technicalities. Nice. Sweet. All right, Smitty. So
he was going regular season.
He's too smart for himself.
Yeah. I mean, kudos to him for knowing that, but...
So, would you do you think that was fun, though, Smitty?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Personally, I would never not pick the box though, so I don't think that there's gonna be much parity in this.
Until you see what's in it next week or the week after or one of the weeks.
Yeah, but then see, I would be thinking there's no way it's gonna be two things like that in a row. So even if I got it the very next time, I'm still going box.
All right, I like it. But yeah, so this is fun, right? Well, you know who hates fun?
Ryan Alexander.
And there's also two other old people that hate fun.
Yeah. So
what is up with Pittsburgh Media?
Fill me in. You have to kind of fill me in on what.
Which one? Paul Zeise or Steigerwald?
I know about the Paul Zeise thing. I'm not too sure what happened with Steigerwald.
So if you don't know, I tweeted out today. Please do it. Honestly, please. I'm dead serious. We're going to give away a T-shirt to somebody who does it. If you're at the ballpark this series, go ahead and tweet. Take a selfie of you watching the pierogi race. If you have a jersey on, that makes it even better. And tweet at Steigerwald and at us. So he had this hot take today about how adults shouldn't wear jerseys. Back in my day, it was only kids.
Is that what it... Okay.
That's what it was. He was going off about adults wearing jerseys. That it's childish and you should be made fun of, basically. I mean, does this guy like anything?
AM radio.
AM radio.
That's what he's on, is AM radio. That's what his show's on.
It should. What kills me is this guy's talking about people, acting their age and back in my day and this and that. And, we're talking about this guy. Like that dude.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember... Honestly, I haven't heard his name in a while. I don't even know what he was doing anymore. I had to look up to find out he was even on AM radio.
Like us.
I'm actually not blocked. I went onto his profile to see what he was doing and found out he was on AM radio.
Well, when you get to the end of the week, that's what happens.
He honestly, being on AM radio, he might as well be on around the 412. But
thanks, Crotastic. We'll get that out to you.
As far as Steigerwald himself goes, I remember the last thing I remember him for was saying about Trevor Rosenthal when he was with the Cardinals and was actually a good pitcher, was missing the series with the Pirates due to the birth of his kid. And Steigerwald was ripping him for that, saying that would never happen back in his day. He wasn't even there for the birth of his child or something like that.
He probably wasn't.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing for the father to be in the room.
Oh my god!
When the child's born.
That's all he does is he hates everything. Anything that happens, he has to have some input, and it has to be a negative. And I think it's like you said, he's irrelevant now. So he's trying to stay relevant by being the most non-current person there is.
That dude refuses to go along with evolution.
Yeah.
Everything, he's just stuck. He's stuck.
He was the person making fun of the. Remember at the. It was one of the bowl games, the halftime. Contest where you had to throw the football into the bucket.
Yeah, okay,
basically.
The Dr. Pepper thing. The Dr. Pepper.
And the kid was throwing chest passes, probably because he never threw a football before. It was making fun of him. This is ridiculous. They shouldn't have this on here. The demasculinization of America. So I'm are you serious? This kid just got a $100,000 scholarship. Do you see the good in this? And he's bashing the kid for not knowing how to throw a football. GFY, for real.
Or he knew how to throw a football, but realized that was a more effective way.
Right. Exactly. Because he can throw a football better than Derek Carr. But I just don't get it. And the thing is, this is all Pittsburgh media. There's so many bad takes. Now go to Paul Zeise. After the Chris Archer game, opening day of PNC, all the things that went wrong, and his focus was, this all started with Chris Archer. He only lasted 5 innings. Even though he went 5 brilliant, no score, he had, 3 hits? 2 hits and a walk, something like that?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't he looked like freaking, Greg Maddux out there, but he had a really good start. And listen, it's the first game of the season. It was 6 degrees outside. He went 5. They weren't very efficient, but, he went 5 innings. Come on. This isn't something that's going to happen every freaking start.
And people aren't really, you brought up how cold it was. And this is a guy that came over once it was already the warm months last year, and prior to that had only pitched in, was pitching in Florida most of the season. So I don't know if anybody's taking that into consideration, but, I sure was. The fact that he was
even
that he had been
that,
pitching.
This guy could have lived in an igloo all his life. It's just you know, if this team's gonna be good, you need a healthy Chris Archer. game 3 in April does not mean as much as games 100 to 162 through July on. Like, I need Chris Archer here July, August, September, and then hopefully October. You know what I mean? I don't need Chris Archer to go 7 innings on April 3rd. I need Chris Archer to go 8 innings in October. And if you don't have Chris Archer, and I'm tired of hearing like the babying, it just doesn't matter. Like, you have a valuable item. You want to preserve it. You know what I mean? Like, you want to protect it. You have a shutdown bullpen. You're up 4 innings. Like, you should rely and be able to rely on that bullpen for the remaining 4 innings. And unfortunately, you couldn't. And that's been the Achilles heel. So it's like you can't blame Chris Archer. And he wants to say, well, I wasn't blaming him. Well, like, that was your focal point of all. Like, everything went wrong that game except for Chris Archer. And that was literally the only thing he focused on. Even though he said I didn't blame him, I just had to start with him. Like, then why didn't you mention anyone else? So I'm so sick of Pittsburgh media just rallying things up. Like, no one has any intellectual integrity in this frickin' town. It's done. Yeah. Mark Madden leads the way.
Yeah. So going back to what you kind of brought up earlier about, like, this game's happening in April. It's a small sample size, so it's like something we can easily cherry pick and talk about. If Chris Archer has this same start in like July, it would just be a start where he didn't have, his best stuff, but was able to pitch through it, still grind out a 5-inning start, strike out 8, and didn't give up a run.
Good point.
But it happened on opening day with the biggest crowd that we're going to see at that park all season, and they end up losing the game. So,
right.
If they win that game, it's even a different story.
Yeah, but that's what kills me. Like, you had plenty to talk on. If like you're hurting, like, what are we going to talk on? We have a radio show. You had plenty to talk on. You had 24 other players to talk about because they all sucked. So like, that's just what kills me. Like, why do you go out of your way to try to find like the worst take to make? Because it's going to cause controversy, and that's all it is. So whatever. But yeah, like Steigerwald, like, man, he just kills me. Like, he's so out of touch. I'm tired of like these people representing the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what we're trying to change?
We are.
No, but like, I mean, definitely more so with
PodHub Network. Check it out. PodHubNetwork.com. Check it out. The Brothers and the Bird. Check them out. All Head No Fake. Check them out. Around the 412. Check them out. North Shore 9. Check them out. The Donut Bag. Check them out.
Graphics on the screen.
No.
All right. So like I said, I really haven't heard Steigerwald's name in a while, but like, definitely he needs to go. As far as Zeise goes, I try not to pay attention to most Pittsburgh media. I didn't even realize he like really even talked about baseball that much, to be honest with you. Like, I didn't know he was sitting here giving his takes about baseball like that.
He always does, and they're just so awful. And like, the only stats he knows is like RBIs and batting average, and he wants to tell everyone what baseball is and why they should hate it.
Yeah, so I mean, when I saw the whole him tweet Dunlap about the Archer thing, I went onto his page and I was like going through his tweets and replies, and like, basically he was just calling everybody like an analytic nerd. Like, that was his response to everybody.
Ethan, right here, Ethan will attest to that. Ethan just, brought up something normal. He just said something about him being a nerd. It's like Ethan said, like, is this high school again? And I think that's what got Ethan blocked from Zeise or something, because he said, is this high school? Which is what Zeise was doing, because that's what they resort to, because they can't argue, because they're dumb. Like, that's what kills me. Like, if you want to go ahead and combat them with information and have a conversation, they can't do it because they don't know anything. So they resort to dumb things like that. Oh, you're a nerd. Cool. What if I am? You're an idiot. What's that make you? You're an idiot. You know what I mean? Why are you on this radio show talking about the Pirates when this nerd proves how much of an idiot you are about sports? When you're the big time jock.
Right.
So like, that's just what kills me. Yeah. Kills me. None of them can debate anyone. They want to talk about these bloggers. Not one of them can hold a candle to any blogger in Pittsburgh, from the best ones out there to the worst ones.
I mean, they're in a profession where obviously you're going to have people disagree with what you say. Like, it's sports. There's opinions everywhere. And yet, when somebody has an opinion that disputes theirs, that's the response it's met with.
Mm-hmm.
It's you can't actually have a conversation.
And that's what kills me. Like, embrace debate. I love debate. Nothing gets me up more than like just a good debate. Like, if you have a different opinion, I have a different opinion. Like, that's cool. Let's talk about it. Like, I want to understand your side.
Podcast.
The podcast. There you go. another selfish plug. But yeah, like that's what kills me. Like, you could have debates and have like spark real conversation and bring the city together, but instead all you're doing is dividing it, and this bothers the hell out of me. Anyways, we've talked about this long enough. But yeah, so any last words you have?
Podcasts are the future. Forget about sports radio or any type of radio, really. And switch all of your listening to podcasts, because when we say something, it's on the record forever. So
forever.
Boom.
That's right, man. Again, check it out. Podcasts on the Pod Hub Network. All right, and I think we're done here. We'll be on...
don't forget...
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, don't forget to follow me. My Twitter handle's right down there. I have great tweets.
More importantly, follow Around the 412.
And if you would let me finish, and follow my podcast at Around the 412, because the content's somehow even better on there. I don't know how I do it, but
actually, plug what you're doing on June 1st.
Oh, okay. So instead of going to North Shore Nine's live,
you didn't hear that.
Tailgate. No. So the same day, unfortunately, that North Shore Nine is doing their live podcast / tailgate before the Chris Archer bobblehead game. Who are they even playing that day, actually?
The Brewers.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So
battle for first place.
Yeah. But Around the 412 is going to be doing a live show themselves. We are going to be at the Horse Nickel Foundation Wing Bash in Whiskey Rhythm, which is located in Monaca, Pennsylvania. There is going to be a Chinese auction, and I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, or if you don't, go down there and follow me right now and Around the 412, because you will see some of the giveaways.
They're legit.
Shout out to my boy Jeff Hartlieb, currently with the Indy Indians, for sending me all the stuff that he did from Pirate Spring Training. I mean, not just shout out to him. He's the one that put it all together, but all those guys. So just to name a few things, we got some Cole Tucker signed cleats that he was wearing in spring training. A baseball signed by T. Brian Hayes, Mitch Keller, Tucker, Jason Martin, who hopefully will be coming up soon, Stephen Almeas, Brian Reynolds, Will Craig, who homered today. Shout out to him. And then like the hats, I was blown away by how many hats. They're actual spring training hats of once again Mitch Keller, to Brian Hayes, Jeff himself, Cole Tucker, Jason Martin. Basically, if you looked at the Pirates' top 30 prospect list, those guys.
There you go. You got like 21 of them, don't you?
Yeah. And then Travis Swaggerty's is in there too. And then Travis sent me separately his cleats, which funny story about that. He bought customized hardened cleats and hit in them, and then realized he couldn't field in them because they had such bad ankle support. So Travis did wear these, but only for one batting practice session before he realized it wasn't going to happen in them, and he had to get new ones. And then also he signed a deal with Louisville Slugger before the season. Shout out to him on that too. So he sent me the first bat that he broke in spring training, and he signed it. So all this stuff's going to be given away at the Wing Bash on June 1st. $30 admission gets you all the wings you can eat, all the fries you can eat, all the pizza you can eat. We got all you can drink beer until the keg kicks, and also well drinks.
So be there before 12:15.
Yeah. So the event, like I said, is 12 to 5. Whiskey Rhythm in Monaca, Pennsylvania, zip code 15061. And what's the 1198 Pennsylvania Avenue? That's the address for Whiskey Rhythm.
All right, you done?
but we will be there.
Are y'all
Yep, I am
finished?
done with my spiel.
All right. No,
I
but
am
for
done
real,
with
if you're not coming to the North Shore 9 live podcast, I definitely want to see you there for sure. I mean, they're doing some really good things, and I mean, those are some sweet giveaways. And I hope you didn't just take all of our potential North Shore 9 tailgaters from our place and yours. But what I do want to say is, Smitty, right now I'm telling you, I want to do something where hopefully we can collab on this so the people that aren't going to yours and going to ours, maybe if there's some way we can get donations from them, we can send them your way. Is that possible?
Yeah, I mean, I was just about to say, huge shout out to Mike in Illinois, who donated. I don't want to say the amount, but a substantial amount of
He's
money
awesome.
to the cause
Awesome.
today. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he donated a lot of money to us when we were doing the Rockin' Around the 412 back in December. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, then, yeah. So for sure, we'll try to do some collaboration as well because I really wanted to be there also. So, anyways,
Yeah.
all right. So we're out
Well,
of here.
hope to see you at the actual tournament itself, but
Yeah.
that's another topic.
I hope not to. But anyways. Hate to see it.
All right.
All right. We're out. So thank
Thanks
y'all
for
for
having me,
listening.
man.
Tune in this Sunday for the podcast, and then we'll be on again in 2 weeks in Thursday after whatever game it is they play that game. So bye-bye.